being on tour with Cash Money and around Lil Wayne, how was he?
Well, I ain't used to be around Wayne a lot because, you know, there was like a separate entity at the time I was around there because Wayne had his bus and his people, Birdman had his bus and his people, right? You had Slim had his bus and his people, right? So we used to go places together, but Wayne and them always did their thing. They ain't had to be, they ain't stick around Birdman and Slim all day. They just went and did their thing a lot. But they used to be around when he was around, you know. He was who he was, who he said he was. That's just who he was.
Being around Cash Money, did you have any ambitions to rap or to sign your own deal with him?
Nah, I wasn't around there for those reasons. And I ain't never wanted to even venture off into that. That wasn't even in my mind thing, in my mind frame, period. Rapper and all that, nah, I never been that, never wanted to be that. Ain't gonna be that.
Were you present in the studio when the Hot Boys were recording any of their major hits?
The Hot Boys? Nah, see, the Hot Boys were like broke up when I was down there. How we broke up? Let me tell you who was there. Baby was there. Fresh was there. Baby, Fresh, Turk, Slim. Baby, Fresh, Turk, Slim. Jeezy wasn't there. Oh, Wayne was there. Jeezy and Juvie wasn't there.
I saw you in Neck of the Woods.
Yeah.
Children, what we living like. How was that? What was going through your mind? Like you being a guy from the streets and now you're in a video and Wayne talking this gangster talk.
Man, like I said, look, I didn't even know they were shooting a video. You know what I'm saying? They calling me, dude called me. I wound up linking up, going over out there on the video shoot. And really, Wayne, put all of it together because I was having a conversation with Birdman. I had just come home from prison, so I was having a conversation with Birdman on the bus. So I was like, man, I just trying to get my paper up by the squad. So Wayne like, you know what? I got something for you. So, he gave me the little shot to go do the video for him because he was the one supposed to be running around through the video and all that. It wasn't supposed to be me. So he was like, man, I don't feel I'm high. I don't feel like fucking with that. Go ahead, sick. And when he said that, Birdman like followed that with, you know what, man, I don't feel like doing nothing either. Let's just take everybody. You and high, y'all just go do y'all thing, man. Y'all just go choreograph the whole thing. It is what it is. So that's what we went and did. That's why we winded up where we was at. Valence, 13, Magnolia, Mel. And I really wanted to go in the Cali, but I really did because I messed with the Cali, but, I was told that was like off limits at the time. You feel what I'm saying? As far as on the Cash Money side, that was like, no, we ain't gonna do that. I was like, because I always been the one, I always try to put in this ear, man, we gotta get that Mel Mac Cali, the whole really gangster connection together, man. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to see that Mel Mac Cali together as one.
So being around, hanging out with the Cash Money crew, I know there's like a bunch of groupies. So like y'all had y'all picks at night?
What, groupies?
Yeah, girls.
Yeah, well, yeah, we always had our picks because we used to have so many. We used to have so many, man. But let me tell you something. That groupie stuff play out so fast, right? Because it was a groupie that put me on a rape charge. You feel what I'm saying? They was really trying to get this bread out Birdman, bad, bad, bad. But the thing was this, they wanted to put a celebrity on the charge from Cash Money. You feel what I'm saying? And at the time, in 2001, we was out there in Atlanta at Patchwork Studio at Jazzy Face Studio. Jazzy Face was there that night. You feel what I'm saying? So they have this fad out there in Atlanta where the females out there putting rape charges on the dope boys. And the dope boys gotta pay all this money to get the charge off them. You feel what I'm saying? That's how they coming up. That's how they say they getting the bag. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's facts, man. I gotta pull it up.
I believe you.
How many people right now in Atlanta, Georgia on rape charges, bro? Going to prison and everything. Bad, bro. Bad. I'm talking about bad, bro. That's bad, bro. Because y'all allowed to do that and they know y'all doing it. And the court system really running with it, even though they know they doing it, they still convicting dudes, sending dudes to prison, bro. And that's bad, bro. And nobody don't say nothing like, oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Anything that we find bad for a woman to do, they don't want to talk about that. And there ain't nothing towards no woman. But it is what it is. If they doing that, they should be held responsible. And anybody backing them on that should be held responsible too. Because that's a crime. How y'all allowing them to do that to all these dudes, knowing these dudes ain't raping these girls? But they're putting forcible rape charges on these dudes, bro, trying to get a bag. That ain't the way you get no bag, man. You making dudes lose their life in prison, man. Talking about you trying to get a bag. The time one of them dudes people come take your life, they gonna say they was wrong and why he did it, that she took his life. She took his life. She killed him when he going to prison with a life sentence, man. For something he didn't do, she killed him, man. That man is dead, man, to the world. And his image is shattered forever.
Right.
Behind a false accusation, bro.
I know a lot of guys that ain't going.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. I know. I was caught in the riff when I know. And this was so bad about mine. Right? When they took me to the police station that night, you heard me? You want me to tell you what happened?
Well,
hold up. I gotta say this part.
No, I'm saying I wasn't gonna go there. You know that.
No, yeah, it's there already now. It's there, and it's on my mind and in my heart. I want people to know the truth.
Okay.
When we was at the police station that night, and you could pull up all the paperwork on Cleveland Alpha, because there's only one been arrested in Georgia, right? Pull up the paperwork from that arrest that night. And you know the first thing it reads, the first statement, when they asked her to make a statement, the first thing it says on there, first statement was, BG from Cash Money raped me.
Wow.
On the police statement. When the police was in the car reading the statement, they looked in the back of the car at me, and they looked at the statement again, they looking in the back of the car at me like, this ain't no fucking BG. What is she talking about? So they allowed her to recant her statement.
Wow.
Because she was trying to get a celebrity on the charge. She thought I was Jizzle. Because I had my rag on, I had my hat on, I had all my Cash Money chains on, jewelry everywhere. She really took me for Jizzle. And she was about to put me on that. She put me on that charge thinking I was BG. When she found out from the DA that I wasn't BG, now everything had to be reversed. Because look, tell me how possible is this? She said it was forcible rape committed that night, right? Why did I get convicted for attempt?
Attempt rape?
Attempt. How? How forcible can go to attempt? Because forcible saying penetration was hit.
Yeah, DNA, all that.
Attempt saying nothing wasn't dead.
You tried to.
And if nothing wasn't dead, why I was on that charge? And how I just get to be a lesser charge? If I didn't do it, I didn't do it. How does it get to be an attempt? Because you know why? In a justice system where they say it's supposed to be justice, if they can't get you on this charge, they break it down to this charge, even though this charge don't exist. When they really supposed to, once this charge don't exist, let you out.
That's right.
You supposed to be free. You don't supposed to find a charge to put a person on and then convict them of, because this charge never, and you go to the attempt, show me in the report where an attempt was committed. Show me in the police report where an attempt was committed. But I got convicted of it. See what I'm saying? That's what it is in prison, but people don't know that because they ain't in the courtroom.
Let me ask you this. Being as though you from New Orleans and you was in Georgia prison, how was you treated?
Let me tell you something. When I first went in there, I stamped that I wasn't playing. And look, I had a fight the second day I was there.
Yeah.
I had a fight. Me and this dude everybody was like scared of this dude. He was real big old muscle. He worked out every day. I'm talking about, he was like 265 all muscle, but he was short. He was like 5'5", 5'6", swole up. And he just on the tip, mouthing off at everybody. And I played chess. So he asked me, he said, bro, you play chess? I'm like, yeah. He said, you a player? I'm like, it was cool, we could play a game. So I sit there and play a game and beat the hell out of him. He said, come on, let's play again. I'm like, nah, I ain't into it like that. I just got on the dome. That boy said, man, play me, man. I said, man, I ain't playing you, bro. What you talking about? Man, I want you to play me and you gonna play me. I said, man, I wanna see if I'm gonna play you. I'm not playing. What's up? He's like, you know what? I'm gonna show you. You gonna show me what? Well, you're not gonna show me nothing. So he didn't do nothing. But the next day we were playing basketball. And that boy, I was going through the goal, that boy hit me with an elbow in my chest, took me on both of my feet. Boom. I got up, I ain't do nothing. Got up, come on, let's roll. I'm good, I'm hard body. You see when he got the ball? I did him even worse.
Come on now.
Elbow right on the side of his ear, right, try to take all his jaw off. Oh, boy, we gonna get it on. Shit, what you waiting on? Let's go. Got in the dome, I sent him out there really on the stretcher with a brace on his neck. I beat the shit out of him. All that muscle, boy, you going down, boy. I know how to fight. I was raised to fighting.
So you did time in Georgia State Prison?
Yeah, I did 3 years out there. I went to prison out there, man.
Did you have any problem while you was in prison?
Nope, not at all. Cause the way like I said, I don't carry myself when I was older then, so I carried myself like a man. And then everywhere I went, you know, dudes took me in, like, cause they seen when I get there, I'm by myself. I ain't trying to click with nobody. I'm doing my own thing, whatever I'm doing. And you had, when I first time I went to prison in Georgia, I met with this guy, right? When I went to prison, I think I was at Coffee County. And I met this guy from, I think he originally from Atlanta, Georgia, Savannah somewhere, but his name was Big Bob. Yeah, mouthful of gold, you feel what I'm saying? And I think he was messing with Trick Daddy and all them dudes, you feel what I'm saying? So Big Bob was running the whole, like, compound.
What do you do, Big Bob, huh?
He was running the whole compound, like, you know, and he really like took real liking to me because of the way I carried myself. When he called me in his room, gave me the game, gave me the hustle, and I ain't never looked back. And I salute Big Bob to this day. Big Bob is a real one, man. I'm talking about took care of the whole compound, bro. And they ain't had to do it.
So he from Atlanta, Big Bob?
Yeah, I think he from Atlanta, somewhere in Georgia.
Okay, from Georgia.
Somewhere in Georgia, but not Atlanta. He not from the city,
okay.
But he from Georgia, but he said he was out there in Florida a lot. Mm-hmm. But I salute Big Bob and shout out to him, man. Big Bob gave that life back, got out of there, he doing whatever he at, he there, but I salute Big Bob, man. Believe that, real double OG, man.
So you mentioned authorities wanted you to say you were employee of Cash Money to target Birdman. Looking back, do you feel this was corrupt?
Yeah, that was corrupt. They try to make me say I was working for the man. They try to really force me to say, look, we gonna let you out. Just say you work for him, and they was gonna let me go. Cause they just wanted the money. They were like, you know, we really gonna do the plea deal where we gonna let you out of here, man. I was like, what? Nah, no. Cause know why? I really meant that I would die in there before I seen that broad with that money, bro, because you ain't earning it. The way you getting it, no. You got me in here bad, doing all this bad time, and you think I'm about to see you with a bag? Boy, I die in here before I see you with that bag. Believe that.
So do you perceive the authority tactics as dirty, or did you feel victimized?
I felt both. I felt they tactics were dirty and I was a victim because they knew I was innocent. They knew I was innocent. That's why I changed judges about 3 times. No judge ain't even want my case. Because of the high profile people that was involved. You gotta go against Birdman and Slim them over here. The judges ain't want my damn case. And the last judge that took it the first time I went in there with her, the only reason that our case got settled was because the judge was like, look, I'm gonna be lenient because the judge said this out of her mouth once I took the plea. The judge said, I don't believe you had enough to convict him. Because you need 3 elements to this crime, man. This was said after I done signed for it, though. Check the record. You think I'm lying and see what the judge said. Check the record.
They did me the same.
Anybody, pull it up, check the record and see what the judge said after, if they got it on record, what she said after I took the conviction and signed for it. Because they really didn't. But they was gonna keep holding me in there. That was the whole thing about taking the conviction and not taking the conviction, because I knew for a fact I went almost a year and a half without never touching the courtroom, bro. But you said you got me and I did it. Why I'm going so long without going to court? I ain't never touched inside the court. When they was giving me court, they just set me back. I ain't never touching the courtroom. 6 months setback, 5 months. I'm like, what the hell going on? They ain't had nothing on me. Because look, they took a rape kit. It came back negative. What am I here for then? If the rape kit don't come back positive, why am I here? Oh, I'm in here off of her word just because she said I did it. I said, well, shit. Well, a lot of people, I see why so many dudes in jail. If you just going off of her word, no evidence, no nothing, damn, everybody gonna be locked up. It ain't enough for a broad on Mad Day to say, man, that nigga raped me on Mad Day. And they get that mad. Yeah, and they know you gonna go to jail, bro. Now your life on the line because rape carry life, bro. And that needs to be changed now. Yeah, that needs to be changed before anybody go to jail for that. If you ain't no concrete evidence, you shouldn't have that man in jail, period. Because you know what these women doing out here.
Were you used to such tactics from law enforcement, being you from New Orleans and that's known corruption there?
No, because that wasn't one of the tactics they used in New Orleans. That was the Atlanta thing going on. He wasn't doing that in New Orleans. Them bros, see, one thing about the females in New Orleans, they had a lot of respect for the gangsters. You didn't have that to me in Atlanta. You can't have that because if the female just sending y'all to jail, making y'all pay, and y'all paying it to get out, and she just got the bag now all willy-nilly like nothing happened, something wrong with that picture, man.